you find the light switch. Oh, him tail. Him fluffy. Ah, never mind, run away. Him scary. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'd like to play a game that was part of the Monstrous Desires game jam called My New Tenant. It's been a couple of months since you moved into your grandfather's old farmhouse. You left behind some things, but nothing you miss. A job you didn't like, a home that was suffocating, friends you didn't really care much for, worrying parents that still call you several times a week. You're okay with that, though. The night sky's perfectly dark out here, in the middle of nowhere. There's no stress from work, no noise from the city, just silence and peace and neighbors too far away to bother you. It's a nice house, and it's familiar, filled with good memories. Overall, this is a great place. How long until it's ruined? You thought you'd get better here. All that anxiety, the nervousness, the constant fidgeting. And it did, kind of. But more so in the way that now you're completely avoiding everything that stressed you out before. When you do have to interact with someone, it's 10 times worse than before. You're not sure you'll be able to ignore this for the rest of your life. Maybe it's time for therapy after all. You've never been to therapy. You have no idea how it works. But not knowing that is making you anxious, so you can at least imagine something. First things first, there's going to be a greeting. You're going to introduce yourself. Oh. Hey. Feminine, masculine. Hi, my name is Jay. The therapist will nod. It's nice to meet you, Jay. My name is... You don't have a name for your therapist. You're very bad at making up names. My name is Therapist, the therapist is going to say. So far, so good. You can handle that. So, what are you here for? That's going to be a great question. Well, the stress, probably. The anxiety. Maybe the fact that you've also started talking to yourself in your thoughts way more often. Like, talk, not just forming words, but literally talk with your thoughts, like it's another person. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I know, right? The voice in your head is a bit of a snarky butt sometimes. This can't be healthy. Probably. How would you know? You're no therapist or psychology major or whatever. But I want it to be. No idea how it'll continue after you'll tell them that. Deep breaths, Jay. Deep breaths. All right, you can do this. Tomorrow, you're going to look up some therapists nearby and give them a call to find out if they still take patients. Please, no calls. I already hate this. Well, too bad. You gotta do it. Yeah, putting yourself out there is not very comfortable, is it? It won't be easy, but you're sure you can do this. Tomorrow you'll get up, eat something, take a shower, just in case they ask you to come over immediately. Which they might do. How would you know? You've never been to therapy. This would be so much easier if you knew what was going to happen. Actually, yeah, I do get kind of nervous when I need to plan something, but I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. Deep breaths, Jay. Everything is all right. Deep breaths, Espoir. You find yourself calming down just the tiniest bit. Great. Or would be great if it wasn't the moment that you hear a noise outside. What? You're decently sure you didn't imagine it. There's something or someone out there. Can I just not check? Definitely someone friendly. Definitely. Well, I mean, you could not check and then wait for it to come to your room and gobble you up, but, it's definitely someone friendly. Definitely. You won't catch a wink of sleep if you don't check to make sure. There's no way around it. It could be a raccoon or something, which would be fine, but your neighbors told you about bears. You do not want bears. It could also be an intruder, which is no better, because those could come into your house. Well, I mean, so could a bear. Bear's like, that's a pretty nice screen door you got there. Be a shame if somebody broke through it. Maybe you shouldn't have moved so far out into the countryside, right next to a forest. It can get pretty scary here. At least you have Grandpa's trusty shotgun. I don't know how to shoot guns. Yet. And you also don't want to hit anyone, so that's perfect, isn't it? You grab the shotgun. Whether you like it or not, the weight feels comforting in your hands. You listen at the door for further noises. but it's quiet, so you open the door as slowly as possible and peek outside. Nothing. There's no one around, but the noise did come from the direction of the empty barn right next to the house. Maybe something's inside there. Well, I can have a lovely night in there. Unless I've got chickens, then I gotta go in there and save my chickens. You're still convincing yourself that it's some small animal as you approach. Small animals sound like the best option right now, next to it being nothing. But it's something. It's a large shadow that twitches in the corner when you peek into the suspiciously open barn door. Who's there? Come out! You don't sound threatening. You sound like someone who did not want to check the barn at night and who definitely doesn't want to shoot. The someone or something doesn't move. Still, you're sure it's there. I have a gun. Come out or I'll shoot. No, you won't. Be quiet, voice in my head. But you do raise the shotgun, just a bit. The moment you do, there's a growl. It's a deep, throaty noise, and you're immediately sure it's not a wolf, or a dog, or a bear. There's no way for an animal to make such a human sound. But then again, there's no way for a human to growl like that either. Oh God, you want to leave? I mean, I could just turn around. It doesn't seem like it wants anything to do with me. But you don't. You stand your ground, shuffling the tiniest bit to the side while totally not quivering like a leaf in the wind. You find the light switch. Oh! Now, I know the MC would be terrified of that, but him tail. Him fluffy. This is like, Espoir, that is a predator. Stop petting him. The light shouldn't be affecting your sense of smell, but only when it's on, giving you visual input, do you realize that it smells like iron. There's a bright red trail running from the barn entrance to where the figure is cowering on the ground. It's definitely not a small figure, and you spot the heavily bleeding gashes in its side immediately. Oh! You'd be shocked seeing someone bleed this much, if you weren't shocked by the one bleeding. It's a man, you think. Male. Maybe more accurately, and it's not happy to be disturbed. Ah, never mind, run away, him scary! Several eyes, you count 4 pairs, all are staring at you. Oh yeah, ugh. Teeth still barred in a growl. Dangerously long horns and spikes run from its head down its back into a scaled tail that is raised in a threatening twitch. The long clawed fingers are digging into the ground. The creature is terrifying. All right, they're cute, but I would be like, all right, the barn's yours. The barn's yours. Have a good night. You want some, you want some, I don't know, lettuce? But it's hot, though. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty hot, though. It's hurt. Oh no, the poor Pookie. Pity and worry for the pain of the living creature manages to dampen your fear considerably. There's a lot of blood on the floor, so the wound can't be small. It also has to be hurting a lot. You let your eyes wander over the creature, trying to locate all injuries, and momentarily find yourself transfixed by the gorgeous, icy blue eyes that are staring you down. It's so beautiful. As you're staring, fascinated, the thing lowers its growl into a rough rumble. You snap out of it, finally taking a moment to assess your situation. This is not a human, nor is it a bear. This is not an animal, either. This is, in fact, not a being that you've ever expected to see outside of a movie or drawings, and yet it's here. This is a monster in your barn, and you're not going to question that for a moment, because if you think too deeply about it, you're going to have a nervous breakdown. Oh no, he's very dragon-like, and as you may know if you frequent my channel, I have a affinity for dragon men. The creature doesn't look hostile, more wary. It's still bleeding, but now it's slowly moving its weight away from its injured side, sitting up. You can see its legs, formed different from yours, much more suited to walking on all fours. It doesn't look as odd to you as you'd have thought such a thing should look. You try not to stare too hard and keep your voice as calm as you can. Can you understand what I'm saying? One of the 2 pairs of ears twitched forward. Oh, he does have 4 pairs of ears. The growl quiets further. Now pretty subtle, the creature continues to stare you down, skeptical. You have a feeling he, understands you. That's one very judgmental gaze right there. Still hot. I like where your priorities lie, me. I'll save that for later, though. But you didn't even do anything. Well, I mean, I did bust in here after he's injured with a big old shotgun. Well, you've been staring pretty hard, and that comment did sound like you were questioning its intelligence. And to be fair, maybe it always has that judgmental look about it. You wouldn't know, you just met him. The man, you decide to call it that for now, doesn't honor you with a response. You give it another try. Do you need help? Duh. Bleeding out on the floor? I'm sure he's fine. More ears twitching. Finally, he stops growling completely. He just exhales through his nose, audibly, and shifts his weight further. He's leaning against the barn wall now, 2 eyes moving to look at his wound, while the rest keep staring at you. How is his brain processing the information of them all looking in different directions? He's just built different. You'll have to look up how chameleons do that. Anyway, he seems to have judged you as not a danger to himself. You're about as dangerous as a fly, so he's right about that. With the man seeming more approachable, you decide to squat down. When trying to approach frightened and hurt animals, it's best to make yourself as small as possible. Yeah, I guess. You're not sure about frightened or animal, but the man sure is hurt, so the concept should be similar. You get a frown in return for your movement. Then a wary growl when you put down your shotgun. I'm not trying to hurt you. See? I put away the gun. Praying you don't regret this. You're hurt. Can I take a look? All eyes return to focus on you. The bleeding doesn't appear to have stopped, and the man is suddenly beginning to look rather exhausted, weary. You've seen your grandfather take care of sick animals before. This isn't a look of surrender. It's the look of someone giving up. He doesn't even react anymore when you shuffle forwards, just letting his head fall to the side a bit, eyes almost closed. It'll be all right. Hopefully. Up close, the man is twice as beautiful. There's just enough human about him for you to regard him as humanoid, but enough animal or monster to feel foreign. You've never seen anything like him before. You've thankfully seen bad injuries before, because wow, that looks nasty, considering your previous job, so you're not put off by the stench of iron. The wound looks bad. It's hard to tell under all that blood, but it's mangled like you'd expect a wound to look after an animal attack. What attacked him? Maybe one of those bears. Oh, you don't exactly have the ideal equipment to treat a wound like this at home, but you do have enough that you can get him patched up. The rest will rely on his own healing powers, which are hopefully better than a human's. A human most certainly wouldn't survive this outside of a hospital, but a human also doesn't have 8 eyes and doesn't not react to pain at all, so you're pretty optimistic. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to get some things to help you with that wound, okay? You think he understands, judging from the way he exhales through his nose again. The man-monster lets you do whatever. He watches you with the gaze of someone fully expecting to be stabbed with a knife at any second. Surprise starts to mix in when you don't do that. Instead, nudging him carefully so you can work on that injury. His skin is cold, like that of a reptile's. When you get him to move his arm, his stomach reveals tight lines of muscles, gulp, and the lack of a belly button. Your focus could be on the latter, but since it's you we're talking about, it's not. Gotta grope those abs. Calm down, me. Later. We'll do that later. He's not exactly wearing clothes. Like, at all. Well, I wouldn't expect he could go down to the Gap and find something in his size. Well, yes, he isn't. But there's something revealed that shouldn't be revealed. You could say that the scales and plates on his skin are his clothes. Don't think too deeply about his anatomy. Think deeply about his anatomy. Go ahead. That's going down a rabbit hole. When you're done with the wound on his waist, you check the rest of him. There's streaks of red blood on his face, and where his fingers had dug into the ground, bloody drops have colored the earth darker. Oh! You wipe away what you can, and let him lie where he is, breathing shallowly, all eyes almost closed. Something tells you that he's resilient. He will make this, with some help. Food and water, shelter, and time. Safety, to not be found by wild animals, or worse, humans, who would love to get their hands on a thing that has never been seen before. Yeah, don't worry, Pookie. You can offer him that. Him being hurt means he would stay a while. Obviously he can rest here. I don't know the difference between these two. Obviously he can stay here. Yeah, he's not doing no harm. He's not scaring my chickens. You're not going to throw out a hurt person, not when he's being docile. You can stay here, if you'd like. As long as you don't hurt me, I don't mind you occupying the barn. A single eye opens, focusing on you, then another huff. His tail whips around his side, the tip coiling on the ground in front of you. I'll interpret that as an agreement. He doesn't respond anymore. Little by little, all tension leaves his body. He's tired from whatever fight had caused his wounds. He needs rest. Oh, curled up like a kitty. His body tilts over to the side, once again curling up tightly. You haven't killed him so far, and even if you wanted to, he's not in the mood to put up a lot of resistance. His sleeping or passed-out face is much softer. You hold back the urge to touch it and leave him alone. Hey, if monsters exist, then maybe the voice in your head talking to you like it's another person isn't so weird after all. Wait, does that make it better or worse? You sleep fitfully that night, dreaming of eyes and slithering scales. Well, I mean, that's what I would normally like to dream about. When morning comes, you're almost eager to check if last night had been a very detailed hallucination. On the way, you pass by the bloody tissues you'd thrown in your trash. Not a dream at all. When you check on the stranger, he is where you left him. Almost. Shuffled off to the side, a bit more hidden away, but awake. Probably startled by the noise, he quickly gets up. The wariness thankfully passes almost immediately. Oh no, him big. Recognizing you, he tilts his head, and a thin, forked tongue slithers out between his lips. The pale tongue is gone before you can really look at it. Oh, was he doing the thing of sniffing the air with his tongue like a snakey? Was he sniffing the air just now? Snakes mainly smell through their tongue. You know that. You have knowledge about snakes. That's so cute. It is. You like snakes. Their scales feel nice, and the little tongue flicks are absolutely adorable, especially on tiny snakes. Oh, especially little hog-nosed snakes with their little snoodles. Ironically, though, I am terrified of snakes. If I saw, like, a real wild snake, I'd be so scared. Even though this is a very tall man doing the same thing, it still enhances his cuteness factor by a lot. You wish you could take a video of it. Back to the topic. The main point is, the sniffing isn't a threatening gesture, quite unlike a growl. Although, to be honest, there's so much from different animals mixing. Can you even trust what you know? Yeah, actually. You can see it more as a greeting. That's what you decide to do, at least. Compared to yesterday, he looks much more relaxed. It probably helped that you haven't tried to kill him. I brought you some water and a meal, if you want any. You don't even need to tell him that. 2 eyes are on you, 2 are looking around, and 4 fixed on what you're carrying, all the way until you put it down in front of him. You have no idea what the man with fur-like hair who growls, has scales, horns, 8 eyes, and 4 ears might eat. So you didn't bring only water. You also brought milk and juice, just in case, and the plate is a carefully balanced mixture of meat, vegetables, fruit, eggs, and bread. Ooh. Without hesitating, the man goes for the hard-boiled egg first. All right. Appearing confused for a moment when he notices the inside is not fluid anymore, and follows it up by meat. You observe him as he eats. He's not purely carnivorous. He eats the fruits next, then the vegetables, and even the bread after some suspicious licks and nibbles. His tongue flicks out to lick over his lips several times, long and thin. it doesn't match the rest of his mouth. You leave him to his meal, mostly observing his preferences, but not bothering him. Once he's done eating, it's time to check on his wounds. Can I check how your wound looks? He shifts the tiniest bit. A yes, you think. This time, you say your thoughts out loud while you're working, how the wound looks, what you're checking. His ears flick and twitch, and all 8 of his eyes stay focused on you. He's listening, but how much he can understand you wouldn't know. He has yet to give you a sign. Does he talk? I don't know if he talks. This is looking good. It stopped bleeding, and there's not a single sign of infection. I don't think you should move around too much, though, or it might tear open again. You sit down in front of the man. Well, since you might be here for a while, let's get along. My name's Jay. I live here alone, so you don't have to worry about anyone else seeing you. My neighbors are pretty far away. We really don't interact a lot. You babble on. It's easy to talk to someone who's listening but not commenting. I don't get visitors either, mostly because I don't spend a lot of time with other people. People are scary. The way his gaze turns absolutely incredulous at that statement almost makes you laugh. You? Scared? Hey, you got your confirmation that he understands you. Hey, yeah, that's cool. Seriously, I'm usually super awkward around others. Can't get the words out. I can't see that happening, is what his gaze says. Your existence is so surprising that I'm finding it hard to get scared. Like, my brain isn't exactly treating this as real. What even are you? And what's your name? Do you have a name? Can you say it? The man looks at you for a while, then growls. Not growls, though. It's a very specific growl, with an odd intonation, and it's hard to describe, but you think it's an introduction. Aw, your name is Rar? Yeah, I can't pronounce that. He thinks again. Then he speaks, which is a nice way to say that he imitates the sound of words the same way a parrot might. Verrin. Verrin. You're my new best friend. We'll get soft tacos later. Verrin? He doesn't correct you, so you must have managed to get it somewhat right. Maybe this is how you'd pronounce his name in human language. Cool. Nice to meet you, Verrin. You're starting to realize that Verrin is actually very expressive. You can basically tell what he's thinking just by looking at him. You're odd. Rude. His ears and eyes, his tail, the way he tilts his head, and even the crease of his mouth are constantly conveying messages to you. It's so much easier to read him than humans. How is the monster easier to read than humans? Humans! What are you doing? Stop being so complicated. I know, right? Oh yeah, thinking about humans. You're gonna postpone that therapist. Yay! I mean, too bad. Back to business. For convenience, do you think you could talk to me directly? Head tilt. Is that really necessary? Fair point. You're not having a lot of problems reading him. Well, I don't want to force him, but I'm going to look slightly disappointed. He looks silently back. Your mother always said that it's hard to deny you anything when you look disappointed. You continue doing so. Verrin's tail starts to flick. The longer you silently look disappointed, the bigger the flicks. Then he gives a tiny, non-threatening growl of annoyance. You humans are complicated. I know, right? Verrin speaks slowly, but makes sure to have every word pronounced correctly. There's not even a lisp. It seems like he knows all of the words, but needs a bit to get used to saying them out loud. Actually, his mouth moves very little when he talks. Maybe he has another way of mimicking your language. You try hard not to get giddy at the fact that he's fulfilling your wish. You have about 4 dozen questions, but you need to ask them one by one. Priorities. We sure are, but, you. What about you? Do you need anything? Like a blanket or a mattress to lie down on, or... 4 of his eyes jump down to the empty plates on the ground. Food. Still hungry? I can get you more. What do you want?
Eggs.
I've got one more hard-boiled egg and 2 fresh ones in the kitchen. How many do you want?
He looks at you. I want all your eggs. And then he goes, wait a minute. What you might have heard is that I want a lot of eggs. What I mean is I want all of your eggs.
Eggs. How many? So many. I guess I'm going to drop by one of my neighbor's places after all. One guy has a chicken farm. I can buy a lot of eggs there. The owner is very quiet and doesn't care about anyone's business. He's not going to ask what you need a lot of eggs for. I'm making a very big cake. The thought of dropping by gives you a twinge in your stomach, though.
Are you hurt?
Huh? You notice you've wrapped your arms around yourself. Awkward, you wave them around to show that you're fine. Oh, no, not hurt, just anxious. But I'm going there to get you a meal, so I can do it. No problem at all. The attractive monster in your barn wants a meal, so you're going to get him a meal. I'm going to get that man some eggs. Soon. For now. Other than food, are you okay here? Verrin nods.
I need rest.
He gingerly puts one hand on his waist, where the bandages are covering up his injury. You're going to get him a meal in a moment, but his sleeping situation is more or less covered. He could totally sleep in my bed. Listen, me. Calm down. He can definitely stay here. You're not about to throw him out after all, or ever. The barn is yours. I'm not using it anyway. Verrin nods in satisfaction.
I will pay you back.
You want to say he doesn't need to do that, but there's a calm determination in his voice that stops you from saying anything. It'd be an offense if you denied him that. Well, once you're better, will you be cold out here? He huffs. Most certainly not. You're tempted to procrastinate visiting your neighbor further, but the gorgeous monster wants his meal. My man wants his egg. To your surprise, you manage rather well. Your neighbor assumes you've got visitors over, according to a comment he makes, and you don't correct him. Your monster is waiting for your return, with his head raised and tongue flicking out repeatedly. Aw. Lunch is here. You act like you've been calm all along, but it's the sight of the not-human who's soothing your nerves. You hand him the basket of what's a dozen raw eggs. He picks up the first handful of eggs eagerly, holding them to his mouth. His jaw unhinges. There's a lot of snake-likeness in the movement, though the teeth he shows off are definitely not snake-like. Behind a row of sharp carnivore teeth are little spikes covering the entire inside of his mouth, standing up further the more he opens his mouth. If he bites into something, it's not going to free itself without flesh tearing viciously. His mouth closes around the eggs with a crunch. Impressive. Something tells you he could do the same thing with a skull. What do you mean, okay, but that's still... Are you going to say hot again? Alright, maybe it is a little bit hot. You have some very interesting taste. Shut your mouth, text box! Verrin is busy finishing his early lunch, by which I mean you have a solid 3 minutes to just stare at him until the basket is empty. Jaw back in place, he looks at you, with some eyes, not all of them. He likes keeping a watch on his environment.
Why are you helping me?
The more he talks, the smoother the words come out. You're marveling at the sound of his voice until you register what he's asking. It's just a nice thing to do. Also, you're hot, but also it's the nice thing to do. Huh?
Humans don't like strangers.
He's very right there. If there's one thing humans can't stand, then it's things they don't understand. If it's a living thing, an intelligent living thing, then it's worse.
You're not scared. You were, but before you saw me.
With him slowly, deliberately pronouncing every word in his low, rumbly voice, you're getting a whole live ASMR experience. Yeah, I was worried that there was an intruder, which, okay, you are technically an intruder, but I mean a dangerous intruder. Well, I mean, technically he's a pretty dangerous intruder right now. You saw what he did to that egg. Unhinged jaw skull breaker. which you technically are. What I'm trying to say is I was scared that there would be something or someone who wanted to harm me. I'm not scared of a bear because it's a bear. I'm scared of being attacked. And you aren't attacking me.
I could be waiting.
You could be. It just doesn't feel like it. I'm not making a lot of sense, am I? I don't know. You awkwardly laugh and play with your sleeve. Sometimes you're so bad with words and explaining what you mean, you don't make any sense. Verrin takes longer to reply this time, searching for the right translation.
Trust can only be earned when given. I couldn't prove that I won't harm you unless you give me a chance.
Which you did. Oh. Embarrassment flushes your face red. You start rambling immediately, as you tend to do when you're nervous. Honestly, it's because of your looks. Us humans are totally superficial. Nothing pretty or cute is dangerous. So I came in expecting an intruder, and then I saw you, and sure, you're very obviously not something I've seen around, so I should have been worried, but also you're insanely gorgeous, which made me go, pretty thing can't be dangerous. All of Verrin's eyes blink, one pair after the other, the whole row down. He's like, are you serious?
From what I know, humans don't like.
He feels it, trying to get together what he means. His eyes narrow in thought until he has the words put together.
You don't like things that look like humans, but then not completely. The fake human bodies made from wood and other materials, or art everywhere on your skin, or even humans with different colors.
Dolls, tattoos, and skin color. He's got a point there. You're going to find a ton of people who don't like the uncanny valley of dolls, who think tattoos and piercings are ugly, and who are just plain racists. Yeah, how are we supposed to get fairies and elves and such when you can't even handle people with different colors? Some people. What he apparently doesn't know is that there's an equal amount of people who do like it. Like, I am very okay with half-dragon men, or snake men, or scaly men, or whatever you are. Beauty standards are a very subjective matter. Some people like it different. There's plain curiosity in Verrin's voice. He's not teasing you or trying to be mean at all.
Like you?
And that's a big I can deny it no longer. Yep. Like me. We don't talk about the kind of books you read and games you play. Shut up. There's a pattern there, Jay. There's definitely a pattern, even if you haven't noticed it until recently. Yeah, I think my viewers have noticed. I think people who watch my channel have noticed. They say that fiction and reality can't be compared, but the truth is that in your specific case, there's some rather unclear lines.
Thank you.
He leans forward a bit, and you try hard not to squeak.
You don't appear dangerous either.
Yeah, because you're weak. Well, I mean, I do have 30 years of pent-up rage.
And your eyes are pretty.
Did he just... Do not squeak? Do not squeak? He's only replying to your comment about pretty thing can't be dangerous. Does he really think you have pretty eyes? You have to look away for a moment to breathe. Since we talked about me being scared, what about you? How did you come to hide in here? And speaking of, why didn't you attack me? Verrin's nose creases slightly. His tail flicks around in unhidden agitation.
There was an intruder, one of my own, for my space, home, area.
Your territory. An area that you've marked as yours.
Yes, we fought. I won, but he wasn't alone.
Implying that after their fight was over, more intruders appeared. Poor him. Aw, they jumped him. You got injured and had to retreat, landing you here where you hid away. Wait, how many of you are there? Verrin mimics a shrug. How is it that there's a whole species out there even having territorial fights and they haven't been found yet? Although, maybe they have, and it's been covered up. Better not to ask too much.
I can't kill a human. I could have fought back if you attacked, but more might have come again. I also cannot hunt.
Too many questions. You can't hunt? Why can't you kill a human? Couldn't you tell I was the only one here? What do you mean you can't hunt? You were bleeding a lot, but you already healed up a ton. It looked bad to me, but was it that bad for you?
I need too many words I don't know to explain. I can move, but not a lot. I am healing, but not yet on the inside. I can only heal this quickly when I sleep.
So to summarize, while it looks like today he's almost fully healed already, that's just on the surface. The injuries run deeper, and he can't walk, let alone hunt. Oh, okay. Which means he was risking starvation without support. Aww. Why can't you kill a human? I mean, for any kind of mythical, I assume, creature, that's probably not a good idea.
It's forbidden. If we kill a human, your species will attempt to destroy us immediately.
Yeah, for that reason. You've got nothing to say to that. Couldn't you tell I was the only one here?
Yes, but humans have ways to call others even from afar.
Phones, of course. If he's not entirely sure how the technology works, then he has to be wary of you doing something, and there suddenly being a whole horde of humans. In the end, what's your plan? Hide away from the intruders? That much I get. But wasn't it a bad idea to do so this close to humans?
They won't come close to here.
The most dangerous place can be the safest one.
And I've watched this place. It's my territory. You rarely left, and even during the day, I believed I had a chance you wouldn't notice.
You sure are getting called out today, aren't you? If you hadn't been awake in the middle of the night because you were too fidgety to sleep, you definitely would have missed the noise. And since you never ever enter the barn, you wouldn't have found him either. Aw. Good thing for that. For once in my life, I left the house when I didn't want to. Verrin gives you a look for that. If this is the territory you live in, then we were practically neighbors. Are you going to reclaim it from the intruders? You pray he's going to. You don't want him to get into another fight, but the thought of him living nearby and maybe dropping by once in a while is nice. His throat rumbles slightly.
Yes.
Hee blush. His condescending gaze was hot. Determined, proud, and slightly aggressive gaze is hotter. Don't you dare twirl your hair and giggle like an idiot. Hold it back! Awesome. That means I'll continue to see you around?
Yes.
Yes! You're definitely always welcome here. You grab his hands in excitement. Verrin twitches a little, 4 eyes peering down, but he doesn't pull back his hands. You only vaguely notice how he curls up his fingers a bit, twisting the sharp nails away from your skin. Aww. He honestly looks a bit conflicted, which in turn makes you awkward. But pulling your hands away right now might be more awkward. Sorry, is a touching no good? His expression eases up. He moves his fingers again until they're resting more comfortably without risking hurting you.
It's all right. I was only surprised.
So he's not against this. That's good to know. The soothing tone he has taken makes you relax. You're still holding hands, by the way. Illegal hand-holding, and aren't planning on letting them go. You have little scales around your fingernails. Great observation, Jay. Proud of you. Perfect thing to say here.
It steadies the claws.
Oh my gosh, he calls them claws.
We use them to fight, unlike you. You humans are soft compared to us.
Hey, I've got some muscle. He looks over you. You feel a little shiver down your spine when he hums thoughtfully.
Soft.
Huh. All right, If he's into soft, you're perfectly okay with being soft. Another pair of eyes drops down to your hands. 3 pairs now, still holding hands. This has been okay while he's ignored it, but now that he's staring, you jerk your hands back, laughing awkwardly and rubbing them. I guess since humans use tools, we don't need hard claws, but I'm a bit envious. I think the tiny scales are cool. You show off your hands, pointing at your fingernails. Honestly, you have no idea what you're talking about right now. You're only attempting to get past the awkwardness. In the middle of your rambling, Verrin touches the hand you're holding up and gently tugs it towards him. Huh. He holds it carefully, rubbing a thumb over your fingertips.
You're certainly no fighter. How do you keep yourself safe?
I don't go out, so there's no threat to my safety. Verrin looks troubled.
And if you do have to go out, like yesterday, if it had been something else and not me?
Prayed? He huffs.
You need someone strong to watch over you. Make sure to choose a partner that can protect you.
Partner? He's still playing with your hand. Oh my gosh, someone help!
Mate? Companion?
Oh, a husband. There's a really great husband candidate sitting right in front of you. Very strong, very hot. You try hard not to choke when you somehow simultaneously have to swallow and laugh. Do you have one? He gives you a tiny shake of his head and lets go of your hand. Some of his eyes drop on you, his expression somewhat resigned.
Not me.
It takes you a second to realize that this isn't him answering your question. It's him responding to the thing you didn't say. What about him as a candidate for you to date? This is technically a rejection, so you should be feeling bad, but you're not because you already noticed. He's very expressive. Always he's saying, no, not me. And right now, he doesn't seem to be too happy to be rejecting you. Can I ask why? If you don't mind me asking. Verrin seriously studies you again, then taps a finger against your arm. Even with you wearing long sleeves, there's a distinct difference in build.
I think I might accidentally hurt you.
Huh, I'm too soft. What actions exactly are we talking about that could cause him to accidentally hurt you? You know, you don't even need to ponder it. I'm sure that's not right. You're a very kind guy. I doubt you'd be that careless. He doesn't believe you at all. Oh no, his widow tongue. It's fair to say that this guy could, without wanting to, squish you to death, but you've seen no signs that he'd treat another living being that roughly. You rack your brain on how to prove that to him. How about a hug? You can hug me and you'll see that I'm not that fragile. You'd be surprised what a human can live through. His tail flicks around for a while. Once it settles, you can read from his eyes that he thinks this isn't a completely stupid suggestion, at least. You open up your arms wide. Verrin moves in slow motion, circling his arms around your waist and pulling you over with the least amount of strength possible. To your surprise, he pulls you all the way into his lap, making sure you're settled comfortably before he tightens the hug the tiniest bit. Frankly speaking, you'd never let that guy go if staying like this was an option. His body temperature is colder than yours, but not uncomfortably so. Just the tiniest bit cool. He's all smooth muscles and those hard scale-like plates that make you want to let your hands wander all over him. You're not going to do that, but you do wrap your arms around his neck. Still alive. You announce the fact that you're still breathing and feel an amused huff of air against your ear. Verrin does tighten his hug, but not without pausing constantly, checking your reactions. Compared to you, this guy is a gentleman. You lean back a bit so you can look into his eyes, or well, at his face in general. His tongue flicks out again, which is, up close, seriously cute. You barely restrain yourself from touching his lips.
You really have no fear.
You're just not particularly scary. You've been nothing but courteous to me. Restrain yourself from touching his lips! Verrin's eyes narrow a bit. You may be restraining yourself, and I'm proud of you for that, but you're not exactly a subtle person. Be quiet, voice in my head. Why are you always being so mean to me? You're exceptionally bad at hiding where you're trying not to look, and something tells you that Verrin is very much aware of it. He's still debating on what to do about it, judging from the look on his face. You do know this guy can literally watch the movement of your eyes, hands, and overall body at once, right? There's no hiding that suspicious shifting. Give it up. He's noticed already. Verrin's nose taps against yours, by which I mean he's really close to you.
I don't know your human courting well. Is this an invitation?
Court? You don't choke on your own spit. Congratulations. But you do turn bright red. Why are you embarrassed at all? You already talked about the possibility of him becoming your partner, but the word courting is tipping you over. Please don't forget that he asked you a question. I have completely forgotten the question? Yes? You squeak out the most hesitant yes that a yes can be. You didn't intend to be inviting him to kiss you, but you know if he's willing, then there's no reason to say no. Your thoughts only get so far. I enjoy this turn of events. Verrin has none of your nervous hesitation. He simply tilts his head slightly, and the cool surface of his rough lips brush against yours. You freeze up completely. There's no force behind the gentle kiss, and the way his arms are loosened around you gives you enough space to escape, if you wanted to. You don't. You relax the tension in your muscles and lean forward a tiny bit, pressing your lips closer together. A little shiver runs down your spine when you feel the cold tip of his tongue lick them slightly. Verrin certainly knows how to kiss someone, you realize. How does he know that? If you weren't sitting already, you'd be feeling your knees go weak when his tongue enters your mouth, teasing and tickling, wrapping around yours with a flexibility that's not possible for a human. Snake man kisses. Of course. You almost want to complain when he pulls away, but the low purr of Verrin's voice keeps you quiet.
Breathe.
You inhale. He licks the trail of saliva, not only from his own, but your lips as well. Hot, causing your breath to get stuck in your throat again, before he looks at you with an indulgent sigh.
If you suffocate from a kiss...
I was just unprepared, you grumble, hiding your face inside the nape of his neck.
Are you this intent on courting me?
You mentally exchange the word courting with the more comfortable flirting. If you don't like it, then I won't.
I don't not like it, but I've only known you since yesterday.
I mean, I'm not expecting anything right now, but can we continue to get to know each other? And you continue to come by, even after you're healthy and get your territory back? One of his hands touches the back of your head, carefully brushing through your hair.
If you want that.
I do.
Then, yes.
You hug him tighter, sighing with relief. Probably this would be the right moment to move away from his lap, change the topic, and do something else. But you're unwilling to move. It's comfortable here. Despite your worry that you'll get pushed off, it doesn't happen. Verrin only makes a low sound again, like a purr, and continues to brush his hand through your hair. Oh, your monster, you can't help but think, is a very gentle one. Oh. Hey there, pre-recorded Esquire here, and may I have 30 seconds of your time? Want me to draw your OCs? Check out my Ko-fi page for art commissions as low as $20. Link in the description. Every week I post a Saturday update blog on both of my Patreons and now also my YouTube channel members. With behind-the-scenes stuff, upcoming games I want to play, life stuff, old lady stuff, and pictures of Daisy. Link in the description. Want to see the full uncensored versions of gameplays I can't show on this channel? Join my adult Patreon for the low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. And then it in the Do you yearn to wear merch of a super obscure free visual novel? Check out my TeePublic and Teespring t-shirt store. Description the in link. Want to support my channel but you have no money? Hit the like button or subscribe. It's free. That's right, free. We're just giving it away. Check out my itch.io page. Play Picture Perfect Boyfriend. It's free. Link in the description. Dangerously long horns and spikes run from its head down its back, into a scaled tail that is raised in a threatening twitch. The long clawed fingers are digging into the ground. It's still hot, though. That it is. What do you mean, that it is? The darkened skin offsets the icy blue eyes, all wide open pairs of them, and the glistening scales range from almost black to a pale turquoise. Alright, that is pretty beautiful. The creature is gorgeous. You should be way more scared about this, but somehow you're not. Beautiful things have a way of calming you down. Besides, you're not anxious in front of animals or plants either, so why would you be anxious in front of a monster? Sure, that makes total sense. Listen, voice in my head. As you're staring, fascinated, the thing lowers its growl into a rough rumble. You snap out of it, finally taking a moment to assess your situation. Oh yeah, there's a creepy cool monster in my barn. One of the two pairs of ears twitches forward. The growl quiets further, now pretty subtle. The creature continues to stare you down, skeptical. You have a feeling he understands you. That's one very judgmental gaze right now. Still hot. There's just something about a condescending gaze on a man who is bleeding on your floor. That could be something to mention to your future therapist. Nah. You don't say any of your thoughts out loud, or at least you think you didn't, but the creature, you decide to call it a man for now, looks even more condescending now, like he's offended you're checking him out. Alternatively, he thinks you're stupid. You give it another try. Do you need help? Duh. Bleeding out on the floor? I'm sure he's fine. When you get him to move his arm, his stomach reveals tight lines of muscles and the lack of a belly button. Your focus could be on the latter, but since it's you we're talking about, it's not. You're looking at them tibbers. Gotta grope those abs. Wait, am I gonna die? The presumed to have hatched from an egg man doesn't like to get groped. He's been letting you do whatever so far, but now he swats your hand away. Shortly growling again, though it's a bit weak. He's like, come on now, really? Really? You may have his life, but not his dignity. You like the condescending gaze better. Good for you, because it returns immediately. Hee. Him being hurt means he would stay a while. That's a mean thought, and you feel guilty for it immediately. But it's not wrong. You may be fascinated by him, but that doesn't mean you seriously want him to be hurt just so you can continue seeing him. It'd be better if he healed up soon. You can stay here, if you'd like, as long as you don't hurt me. I don't mind you occupying the barn. A single eye opens, focusing on you, then another huff. His tail whips around his side, the tip coiling on the ground in front of you. Instead of giving him the puppy dog eyes, what if I go, I want to hear his voice? When he said his name, his voice had that dark, raspy tone that you admittedly have a bit of a thing for. She's literally me. She's just like me for real. It'd be a shame to communicate non-verbally when he sounds this nice to listen to. Fine, I'm convinced. You've got permission to say so. Your voice is very nice. I want to hear more of it. You didn't need to make it sound so lustful. Look, now he's back to judging you. You grumble a complaint. Am I not even allowed to voice my opinion? Verrin relents with a very human gesture, rolling 2 of his 8 eyes.
You humans are complicated.
You don't know the half of it, Verrin. You're going to get him a meal in a moment, but his sleeping situation is more or less covered. He could totally sleep in my bed. Why did you say that out loud? I did. Whoops! You don't think he completely understands what you're implying, maybe because he doesn't know what a bed is, but his gaze sure turns suspicious.
No, I'll stay.
He motions to where he is. Oh, sure. A shame. Will you stop it already? Listen, voice in my head. After this, we're gonna have a serious conversation. How does someone like you have social anxiety? No, don't answer that. I guess this is just how much you're into what's in front of you. Shut up! Will you be cold out here?
Because it's very warm in my bedroom.
Beauty standards are a very subjective matter. Some people like it different. There's plain curiosity in Verrin's voice. He's not teasing you or trying to be mean at all.
Like you? Yep.
Like me.
You have.
Pause.
Interesting.
Pause. Long pause. Taste?
Yes.
Yeah. Self-awareness. Nice.
Thank you. I believe for humans, it is positive when someone says they like your appearance.
You've been swooning over him rather than giving a friendly compliment. This is an acceptable misunderstanding. Oh, you mean all of the horny options that I've been choosing? You're definitely always welcome here. You grab his hands in excitement. Verrin twitches a little, 4 eyes peering down, but he doesn't pull back his hands. You only vaguely notice how he curls up his fingers a bit, twisting the sharp nails away from your skin. Sorry, is, touching no good?
It's fine.
Why is he asking that as a question? His ears, which had been going up a bit, lower again, and you think he relaxes a bit. Oh, is he more relaxed because I've been being honest? Or resigns. You kind of feel like he's looking a bit resigned. Not in a bad way, just in a resigned way. You're still holding hands, by the way. And we're gonna keep holding hands. Another pair of eyes drop down to your hands. 3 pairs now. Still holding hands.
For a species this soft.
You think he means something along the lines of weak here, actually.
You are very direct. I didn't know humans were this aggressive in courtship.
In what? If this was a comic, your head would explode right now. Courtship? Courtship? He's not only noticed your super subtle flirting. Subtle flirting, I tried to grab his chest. He's also been seeing it as you courting him. That's not an entirely wrong way of interpreting flirting, but it's a bit much. You haven't thought that far ahead. A monster husband? What would your parents think? I don't know about my parents, but their parents would probably be like, we know, we saw this coming. You definitely have to renovate the house and find a way that both of you can comfortably live together. There's also children to think of, like, what does he think about adoption? Is his species monogamous? That kind of stuff is important to know before marriage. Oh yeah, I guess you would have to know that. Wait. Yes, right. Take a breath, Jay. Don't run away with your thoughts. There's a much more important question to think about. Yep, our whole species is totally like this when it comes to flirting. Courting. Totally. You don't need to let him know otherwise. All of this has been intentional and planned, and you knew what you were doing. Well, I mean, yeah. Is that bad? The single most important question is if that bothers him.
No.
A question, but more so that he's confused you're asking at all. It seems you're lucky that aggressive courtship isn't odd for him, though he might be unused to it. Still holding hands.
I simply don't know your kind's rituals.
Which makes it hard for him to respond in the right way, you guess. Oh, of course. I mean, I don't know your kind's way either. Which would be how? Just asking out of curiosity. Yeah, how would we, court each other?
You lack a tail for it.
Darn it. You'd have a tail if you could. Tails are cool. She's just like me for real. You finally pull your hands back and sit up all straight. Clear your throat. Do this seriously, Jerry. I might not have a tail, but would you allow me to, court you? He looks at you like he's doubting why you decided that now, after all this time, you need his permission. You're trying to transition from thirsting over him to officially flirting, so obviously you need his permission, though.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Verrin seriously studies you again, then taps a finger against your arm. Even when you're wearing long sleeves, there's a distinct difference in build.
I think I might accidentally hurt you.
How about a hug? You can hug me and you'll see that I'm not that fragile. His tail flicks around for a while. Once it settles, you can read from his eyes that he thinks this isn't a completely stupid suggestion, at least. And although you just said this about him hugging you, you have apparently no patience at all, because the one doing the hugging isn't him. You don't even wait for him to vocally respond before you lean forward and pull him into a hug. Frankly speaking, you'd never let that guy go if staying like this was an option. His body temperature is colder than yours, but not uncomfortably so, just the tiniest bit cool. He's all smooth muscles and those hard scale-like plates that make you want to let your hands wander all over him. See? Still breathing. You announce your survival quite happily, scooting even closer to see if he cares to let you sit on his lap. He lets you, not minding it. Or it's not a more intimate thing for his species. Or is it? And he's just given up, thinking that it's you aggressively courting him again, which it kind of is. Verrin does tighten his hug, but not without pausing constantly, checking your reactions. Compared to you, this guy is a gentleman. Are you saying I'm not a gentleman?
Shouldn't you overthink your courting for a while? You don't know me, or even my kind.
Yeah, he could be the type who, devours their mate after courtship or something. Technically, you're flirting, which is an early step. Whenever he talks, his mouth moves slightly, the tip of his tongue appearing in your view for a split second. Restrain yourself! For humans, we have this step you'd call dating. That's basically getting to know each other better, to see if you'd make suitable partners. Very simplified.
I see. And this step involves...
He trails off. Sitting on his lap? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Physical compatibility is an important factor.
That's about half a lie, because for some people it's not a factor at all, and for others, it just doesn't matter very much. But you're far too comfortable where you're sitting to move away from here. Verrin's face scrunches up into an expression of thoughtful doubt, not doubting your words, but doubting your chances of surviving whatever image is in his head right now, sir. You have some suggestions for those images, by the way. While his face scrunches up, only one side of ears lowers. His tongue flicks out again, and seriously, you've been restraining yourself super well, but this is way too cute. Know that I am fully judging you for what you're about to do. Am I going to jump up and kiss him? Usually your impulses center around running away from any sort of social interaction, but now it's the opposite. You simply lean in and kiss him. For the record, he had all of the time to move away or stop you, and he didn't. He doesn't tense up. He doesn't turn his head. He doesn't respond either, but he keeps his careful hold on you, letting you do whatever. Is this if I'm being more forceful? I am alright with this. If your aggressive human courtship includes kissing him, he's apparently okay with it. Verrin's lips are as cool as the rest of his body, though chapped and rough rather than soft. You can feel the slight gap where he has kept them open. He never closes his mouth completely, and the shortest touch of his tongue more instinctually moving than probing. It's been a while since you last kissed someone, but that doesn't mean you don't remember how it works. Your arms are still around his neck, so you only reposition yourself slightly to make it more comfortable on both of you. You open your eyes a bit, just to see his reaction. None of his 8 eyes are closed. All are open a sliver, all focused on you. It makes you shiver again. You rub your lips against his, and Verrin complies, opening up his and finally responding. His teeth are sharp. tiny little pangs of pain whenever you brush against them, but his tongue is soft and agile, teasing you until you want to melt. You want to whine when he pulls back, but then you watch him lick the saliva off of his glistening lips, and you're instantly too distracted to make a sound. Huh?
Breathe.
There's a rumble in his words, a purr more so than a growl. All right, I give up. We want the monster man. He's beautiful, he's courteous, he's sexy, and he can most certainly swoop you off your feet and carry you. Wherever. He can carry you as if you weigh nothing. That's an image we are into. Period.
So fragile, losing your breath so easily.
Verrin grumbles the words, but since they're spoken in your language, he did intend for you to hear them. I'll get better, or that's his fault. No, it's all me. I'll grow stronger. If the sword is too big, I'll grow stronger. I just need practice. With him, specifically. He sighs. Long sigh.
You will have to explain your human courtship to me. It appears very extensive.
Extensive?
Food, nest, care, compliments, physical affection.
You did bring him meals. You also offered for him to stay here. Oh, I basically built him a nest. You also bandaged his wounds. And we don't talk about the last 2 points. Never thought about it, but yes, I guess it is. The nerves return. If it bothers you, I can hold back? He shrugs.
I won't reject the courtship methods of another species, unless it is the courtship itself I don't like.
Gasp! So, you like me? Not disliking doesn't equal liking, Jay. Be quiet, voice in my head.
I have known you for not even a day.
Fair enough.
But so far, you are all right.
You're just going to take that as a compliment. So, a try?
Yes.
Maybe it's you beaming at him, but he gets that indulgent, resigned look again. And seeing that, will kissing continue to be part of the courtship? He sighs, again. But because your beautiful monster is a very expressive person, you know that he's okay with it. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh. Well, that was all the endings that you can get for my new Tenant. And of course, if you have an itch.io account, be sure to rate the game and follow the developer. But oh my gosh, he's so sweet. I wouldn't mind seeing more of this character, seeing more of this game. Maybe I need to look into the Monstrous Desires game jam a little bit more. Tee. I think I even do have a playlist for all my monster lover games. And of course, if you'd like to watch me play more amazing visual novels, feel free to peruse around my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because it really does help my channel grow, and it brings us closer to 100,000 subscribers. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.